Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. My name is Tony Tone. We are inside Hy-Vee in Muscatine, Iowa. It is a little humid. It's so weird. It was raining at my house, like decent rain. By the time I drove to McKinley to drop my son off for school, it was not raining. Was there just a cloud hanging? I feel like we've got a decent amount of rain. It's making my grass look real green, but the rest of it, I don't know. I feel like you should ask a farmer, do we need more rain? And if they say no, then you can talk smack about the rain. But if they're like, you know what, we could use a little bit more rain, we just got done planting, then you can be like, good job, rain. Give them a little golf clap. Oh, that looks pretty good, a little golf clap. I'm looking at myself giving a golf clap. Excellent. In case you're wondering, and this will come up a little bit later, and I haven't tried it yet, but this is a butterbeer frappuccino from Starbucks. Just telling you, that's teasing what's to come this morning. It's a floating butterbeer. All right. Before we get rolling, I do want to say a couple of things. Today's Tenderloin Tuesday in the Hickory House kitchen. We have humongous. I had a tenderloin a couple weeks ago. It was this big. And I'm glad that they don't make the tenderloin bun bigger, because that would be too much bread. So get a tenderloin today. Today's also National Chocolate Chip Day and National Peace Officers Day and National Nylon Stockings Day. So under my pants, I may have some nylon stockings on. Ryan Broderson has alerted me of a pretty cool weather-related picture that our buddy Paul Brooks took of last night's storms, I reckon. And we're going to take a look at that. And then we're also going to take some shots of, whoa, look at that. That's the devil. Zoom in a little bit, Ryan. I think that's how Thanos got to Earth. What is going on there? Ryan, you said that's like 100 different pictures compiled together. And Paulie, because I'm friends with him on the old Facebook, said he was kind of set up outside of his house taking some pics. And Paul Brooks is one heck of a weather photographer. And he's also a storm chaser. He's one of those crazy people that chase storms, but I love him because he's a good guy. Zoom in one more time on that. No, that's all right. I just want to see that portal to the afterworld. Look at that lightning. What is going on there? Get in, zoom in a little bit more. As much as I don't like storms, that is fascinating. And that, friends, is how you get back to the future with all that lightning. Look at that. Chef Tess is on vacay, and I guess she's sending us pictures from Estes Park, Colorado. So we're going to see what Chef Tess is up to. It's almost like she's here, but she's not here. Oh, wow. Look at that. I tell you what, you go to Colorado, you drive around, and there's mountains everywhere. It's pretty cool. That is awesome. Officially jealous of that. Wow. That's like a panoramic, huh? That is pretty cool. Chef Tess wasn't kidding when she said they were going to be in the mountains. Like, that looks to be like they are in a mountain. That is awesome. All right. Do we have another picture from Chef Tess? Okay. We'll take a look at this real quick, and then we'll get to our first guest. See how things are going in Colorado. There's Chef Tess. Hashtag adventure chef. I think that's a rainbow trout. And that is pretty cool. And there is the rainbow trout. Look at that. Wow. I feel like I could never make anything that looks as good as the stuff that Chef Tess makes on vacation in the wilderness. Ridiculous. Okay, our first guest is here for the first time. Vicki Walters talking about the Finders Market and creating some awareness for mental health. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Tony.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
We have something in common. I don't know if you knew this or not. You were talking before we started about having been on Paula Sands Live.
Yeah.
And I wonder if you had the same experience as I did. We have a couple of lights here at Hy-Vee today. Did the lights surprise you how bright it was when you were there?
It was. It
sure
gosh. Did, for sure.
All of a sudden, you're sitting there and you're like, it's not hot in here. It's a very cold studio, but you just think like, what's going on? And those lights are ridiculous.
Yes, they are.
Were you on recently?
Probably 3 months ago or so. Yep.
Excellent.
Yep.
All right, so you reached out on Facebook, and I apologize for not being familiar with the Finders Market, but I'm certainly a proponent of bringing awareness for mental health, for sure.
Yep.
So let's back up, because I know this is the 8th annual event. Is that correct?
It is, here in Muscatine.
Okay, perfect. So did you start this?
I did.
Excellent.
I did. And actually, for years, we was at the True Value parking lot on Park Avenue.
Okay.
Last couple years, Uptown has been so gracious to help host us on
That's
this event.
fabulous. We have it on the screen right there. It's this Saturday from 8 till 2. I like that it says a picker's delight. Scroll back up just a second there, Ryan. A picker's delight. So is it all clothing, Vicki? Is it a variety of things?
It's a variety.
Okay.
That's kind of why we've kind of changed it. We used to have it be flea market.
Okay.
So we just recently changed it to Finders Market because
Excellent.
we're getting a variety of anywhere from baked goods to clothing to trash and treasures.
Right. So probably some antiques.
Yep.
Some things that could be loved by another home.
Yep.
Picker's Delight makes me think of my friend Frank Fritz, who's on American Pickers. Someone like that could come down to the Finders Market.
Yep. A lot of independent consultants.
Cool.
Tupperware,
Okay.
Avon, all that stuff.
Are you impressed with the amount of Tupperware? Because a couple of years at the Muscatine County Fair, when I was at my other job, we were set up across from a lady that had all the, like, 2 tables worth of Tupperware.
Yes. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. She had a Tupperware container for everything.
Yes, there is.
my
And
gosh.
I'll be honest, I use butter bowls, and my aunt is the Tupperware lady.
You use the butter bowls. So at your house right now, you could open the fridge, and there could be something that looks like a country crock, and you open it up, and there could be
Cool
like
Whip.
leftover
Yep.
spaghetti.
Yep.
That's such a great move. Okay, so it is going to be a good time, rain or shine, this Saturday, 8 till 2.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we are talking about mental health awareness. So we got to get to that and that part of the whole thing. So obviously, in Muscatine and the surrounding communities, we could all stand to have a little bit more mental health awareness and having discussions about it. So that's obviously the tie-in, and it has been for 8 years. Is that correct?
It has.
Okay.
We're NAMI. We're a national organization, National Alliance on Mental Illness. We offer free support and education programs to families that have loved ones dealing with a mental health condition and the person that has the actual diagnosis.
Sure.
We have a yearly NAMI Walks is our big fundraiser up in Modern Woodman Park.
Okay.
It's September 22nd.
Oh my gosh, that's going to be here soon as well, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's coming real quick.
I was going to say.
NAMI is a Tri-County affiliate.
Okay.
So we're in Clinton, Scott, and Muscatine, and then we're on the Illinois side, Henry, Rock Island, and Mercer.
Jeez Louise.
So we've just done that in the past 5 years.
That's incredible expansion.
So we cover a lot of counties.
Because you understand, again, that mental health, is important in all of these counties, and there's folks that are going through things that could use support.
One in every 5. So,
Oh my gosh, is that right?
We're trying to break that stigma.
Wow.
That the brain's the same as, having a heart attack or diabetes. The brain's part of the body too.
Yeah, it really is. And I don't understand why there's not more of a dialogue in our society. We've shown some great pictures from previous walks, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's one of those things that doesn't get talked about as much as it should. I mean, we're certainly, we see things for different illnesses and cancers, but when it comes to the overall mental health, for whatever reason,
right.
And it really almost doesn't, how do I say this? Like, until, and you shouldn't have to be personally affected by it, but boy, if it happens to someone that my grandfather, my mom's dad suffered multiple strokes, maybe 7 or 8, and went from, one of those just like clean-cut American guys, retired at 50, worked hard his whole life, could fix anything, and passed away in a hospital bed in his home. So that, and I know that it's not just all stroke related, but certainly brain health. When you talk about that, there's so many different things that can happen, and that's what I don't think people understand.
Well,
right?
yeah, and we want to help educate families that there is recovery.
Sure.
If we're educated on how to help with treatment and medication issues.
Okay, so when it comes to NAMI and the services provided, if people are going to see this, whether they're live with us or on the rebroadcast, and they want to get a hold of you or someone at the organization, should they call, go online? What do you recommend as far as communicating?
Well, we have everything. We have a website, Facebook page. Our local office is actually located in Davenport at KSI on Kimberly, but I'm kind of the go-to Muscatine rep. Muscatine's my hometown, born and raised here, so you can definitely reach out to me. I'm the education coordinator, and I don't know if you're posting my email information or not, but it's education@namigmv.org.
At this point, Vicki, are there spaces available for folks that want to have their own
There are. We
setup?
actually have about 13 vendors so far signed up, and we've pretty much got the whole half of the parking lot. So there's plenty of room. So
good.
Feel free to get plugged in and get your space reserved.
Yeah, and it seems like the variety of vendors that that's just it. You want to have a bunch of different options because you're in a great location at Uptown and you're covering a lot of time. And I think that's important too, right? This isn't just like an 8 to 10 or 8 to 12 event. You're going until 2 o'clock. So there's a lot of opportunities for people that are going to watch this, stop by and check out what's going on.
And we really appreciate Uptown's support.
Sure.
And we're hoping for nice weather. Last year we wasn't so lucky.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good vendors that really stuck it out last year, but we're hoping for some sunshine this year. So
that's why it's important to have a tent just to be
safe,
isn't it?
Rain or shine event for sure. So
I think that this is great. You probably have a very rewarding job, right? Because you are really having an impact.
Well, what's great about our programs is we actually teach them folks teach them that have the same lived experience.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that.
So people that go through our programs, as an example, I had a mother for years, undiagnosed, with a mental health condition. I took the family-to-family class and became a teacher after that and got trained, and I'm now a state trainer. So it's great that we use the same people with the same experience are in the same classroom setting.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it just makes total sense as far as being able to relate, right?
You really feel like you're not alone. You think you're alone until you go through our programs.
Yeah, and I think that's such a heartbreaking thought for people that are out there that think they're the only ones going through.
And you do. You do.
But the fact is, you're surrounded by people. You might not know it yet.
Yep.
Certainly.
You just gotta, open up and break that barrier.
Break the barrier. If that's a good way to describe it. Yeah. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Because you could literally have neighbors.
You do.
That are going through similar
sure.
things. 1 in 5, huh?
Sure. And a lot have family members. We hide it in the closet and don't talk about it.
Sure. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it's the last thing that folks that are, personally affected need, right? They need more support than we can ever imagine.
So there is education and support programs out there.
Sure. So again, it's important to take part in, and I definitely have seen pictures and I know about the walk.
We have about 1,100 people come, so it's really, a lot of people aren't in the right place to do our education program, so they join us every year at the walk.
Wow.
And just, meet up with people in the same situation as others. So it's a good
And what a great venue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Modern Woodman Park. Talk about an easy
Yep.
place to get to. Humongous parking lot.
Yep.
It has
Yep.
everything that you need.
Yep.
Right.
Pretty centrally located for all of our counties.
Absolutely. So when you've got into these different counties, have you been able to tell immediately, like, wow, yes, we identified a need. It's right that we came here. We're able to get to work as soon as we arrive in the county.
everywhere.
Sure.
And we just started a new program, Home Front for veterans. So we're working on serving veterans, African American. We're teaching a class over there in Illinois just to get the awareness and with the minority.
Sure.
So
now, are all the classes free or
they are?
Okay.
They
okay.
are.
That's good
They're
to know.
offered to the families taking them at no cost.
Okay.
There again, we have fundraisers like our yearly walk,
Right.
and the Finders Market coming up that helps support those programs.
Absolutely. And then as far as I know that offices are located in Davenport, are there classes that you'll do in Muscatine specifically?
There is. We're working on that actually this fall.
Nice. Okay.
We're partnering with Unity Point, so
good.
We're going in the right direction.
Yeah,
there.
They'll be a good resource for you
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
You know, they'll be able to help connect you to, and that's what they do really well. I think is
they sure do.
These health systems are great at identifying needs since they're here dealing with it.
So it's been a slow process. I've been kind of trying to get NAMI going since 2004 in Muscatine. So
wow.
we're just now hopefully getting there. I mean, we've had some classes at MCC over the years.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that partnership will help us to help even more families.
2004. So you have literally been working at this for almost 15 years.
I have.
Good for you to not give up, because again, you're able to understand the importance and
been there. You know,
right. You've been there. Yeah, you know, and again, even if you're watching this and you're thinking, it's one of those things you can kind of, cast a line, throw out a net in your immediate family or relatives that maybe you don't see that have had, some
workplace,
right, even at the workplace, for sure, 100%. And I think in addition to the awareness, a lot of times folks that are dealing with mental health issues, you might not be able to clearly identify it. So I think just as a whole, if we can be more compassionate, and have a bit more empathy towards one another before automatically assuming that we know what someone's going through, which I try to not do for a lot of reasons. But I do think that this is wonderful. And, this Finders Market, I don't want it to rain. I want you to have great weather. I don't want you to have to deal with that.
Hopefully it'll get it out this week. So
let's get the rain out of our system so that you can have a great event.
Thanks.
8 till 2. Get your spot, if you're watching this.
Or come on out and check all the...
support all the vendors, right?
Check it all out.
I know what Lula Rose is, kind of. I know that it's popular stuff, right?
And it's a closeout, so it's marked down Lula Rose.
Yes.
So please come out and
we'll
hook
really,
you up.
I mean, if somebody showed up, they could walk away with a lot of stuff, right?
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
Yep.
13 vendors at the moment, and you have room for...
We'll fit them in.
Okay, I was going to say.
Uptown will give us more room if we need it. They've been great, so.
Yeah, I tell you what, they got a good-sized parking lot. So, hopefully that 13 can turn into 25 before Saturday.
Yeah.
So please check it out on Facebook. It's easy to find if you search Finders Market. Or just search NAMI Greater Mississippi Valley.
Facebook page, website,
Okay.
Yep.
So that's all easy to find.
Yeah.
No pun intended, of course. And then it's this Saturday. I can't believe it. I mean, you reached out, it seems like a month ago or so.
I did.
I was looking at the message and I was like, and we're ready to go right now? Holy moly. Has it gone by quick?
It has. May's almost gone already.
Yeah, I can't believe it. We're going to be talking about June pretty soon. Crazy.
So.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. Finders Market again this Saturday. It's right there on the screen, 8 a.m. till 2 p.m. at Uptown Motors. Setup starts at 6. So for all you early risers, get out there.
Thanks for having us, Tony. I appreciate
you're
it.
so welcome. I'm so glad that you reached out. And again, this is wonderful. Any opportunity that we have to raise awareness for worthwhile causes, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's what we should be doing every single day here. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I appreciate it.
And good luck Saturday.
Thank you.
And maybe come back to talk about the walk in August or something.
Love to.
What's the date again? September
22nd.
Okay.
Modern Woodman.
Perfect. All right, Vicki, thank you very much. Finders Market this Saturday, ready to go. Betsy has the Toyota of Muscatine cart cam, and you are going to go to the Health Market, Betsy, where apparently, whoa, it's a little rocky. It's a little rocky there. I think I'm going to hurl. What's going on? What? Betsy has broken it. Shh, we need to see your license, ma'am. I don't know if you're able to operate a grocery cart with a camera mounted on it. Is it too early? Is that what's happening? Or too late if you're watching this in the evening? What was that? Was there an earthquake in the store just right over there? Remember when there was an earthquake a couple of years ago? I was living in Davenport. I was in the shower and the earthquake happened. Or we felt the aftershocks or whatever. That was pretty wild. Betsy's embarrassed. Nobody can see you. You're fine. You're fine. Don't be embarrassed. Yeah. It's not your fault. It's her fault. She's trying to sabotage my show. That's what's happening. All right. I think you're good to go. Maybe. All right. So, fabulous. Yeah. And our Hy-Vee health. Vicky, I don't know what I'm blaming Vicky for this one. I have you on the show one time, and the old Toyota Muscatine cart cam is on the fritz. There we go, Betsy. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race. Take your time. Oh, my goodness. That is fantastic. All right, so she's going to the health market. As I was saying, they are resetting everything. And one of our health market supervisors from corporate is here, and I'm trying to convince her. Thank you, sir. I'm trying to convince her to come on the show later this morning, but I don't think she's going to do it. All right, so she's going to be turning left here. So far, no motion sickness, so that's good. All right, she's coming down. Oh, thank you, ma'am. She's coming down the aisle, getting ready to go towards that health market. So what they're doing is they're kind of freshening everything up. And you can see that there's a whole bunch of people and a whole lot of stuff. Jeez Louise, I hadn't even walked over there this morning. So, like, literally, if you come to the store on Wellness Wednesdays or Fuel Up Fridays and you buy a bunch of stuff in the health market, from things like kombucha to, protein stuff and organics, they are resetting everything. Super cool. We're going to let her just take a stroll for one more minute. Look at the carts just full of stuff. Yeah, so they're like moving shelves. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be pretty cool. There's quite a few people that are moving stuff around. Look at the carts full of stuff. Jeez Louise. So if you come to the store today, well, like this morning, and you're like, what is going on? Just trust me that they are resetting it, and it's all going to be good. And I think by the end of today, it should all be done based on how they've been working on this. So check that out, okay? All right. Our next guests are getting situated here at Hy-Vee today. Perfect. All right. So Tanya's here. Jim's here. And hello, sir. How are you? What is your first name? Sean. Sean is dressed up. Yes.
You can call him Tom.
Tom. Okay.
Tom Riddle.
Oh, perfect. I love it.
And because that'll get him angry.
I don't know if I want to do that, Jim. I want to be polite to everybody that's here. Spring Potter Fest, Friday, Saturday, Muscatine Community College. I think you all will be proud of me because this is a butterbeer frappuccino.
All right.
Right?
Very good.
Yes, and now you're going to be disappointed in me because I have neither read the Harry Potter books nor seen the movies. Tell me how disappointed you are.
Very.
I'm so sorry. But I do think that Spring Potter Fest is super cool. I love the flyers and the fact that this is a lot of work and there's wands and stuff. So are you ready? Do you feel like you're all set for this weekend? I mean, it's been a lot of preparation, right?
Very much preparation, and I think we're all a little nervous, but we're ready.
Okay. Now, nervous like you want people to show up. I feel like people are going to show up. Who doesn't love, except me? And not that I don't love Harry Potter. I've just never seen it.
Bring your kids.
But it's like a phenomenon. It's a global phenomenon, right? I mean, one of the movies was on the other day, and I didn't even know what it was, and I could tell. I'm like, it started out, there was a snake going. You know which one that was? The movie that starts with the snake?
Goblet of Fire.
Yeah. And my wife, she's read the books relatively recently. She knew what was going on, and it was just like, okay.
Yes, him sending the guinea after a poor man to kill.
He deserved it.
So let's go through some of the things that are happening. And Ryan, I want to pull up the flyer because this really kicks off Friday, correct?
Yes.
With the welcoming feast.
Correct.
Okay, so what time does that start?
5:30.
5:30. There it is. So we have the schedule on the screen. Ryan, zoom in a little bit on Friday. I want to make sure that everybody can see what's happening. So is this the second or third year that we've done Potterfest?
This is the second year. Last year, unfortunately, it ended up just being a Quidditch tournament in the pouring rain. We had ducks swimming on the field.
Did you really?
Yes.
But you can't cancel Quidditch.
Right, you cannot.
I've
You
learned
cannot.
that from the books.
5:30 to 6:30, house sorting and welcoming reception. Dumbledore's welcome is at 6:30. 6:30, 7:30, the welcoming feast. And I've seen pictures on the Facebook page. It looks like you have a pretty cool menu prepared for this, right? So do you know exactly what's on the menu for Friday?
Well, one item on there is called Spotted Dick. It's a pudding.
Oh, I've had that before. It's quite delightful. So for folks that are going to show up on Friday, is there a cost to come
Yes.
out? Okay, so what is the cost?
So the welcoming feast is a $50 ticket.
Okay.
And it will be we're hoping to immerse the guests into the experience of Hogwarts Great Hall, the welcoming feast.
How much work is going into like decorating and being prepared? I mean, is it?
Well, I would say probably the biggest amount of work is like with Tanya and Sean representing real life characters. I mean, we have this guy is he who will not be named, but since I get to play Dumbledore, I can call him Tom.
You can try.
I can try. So he's Lord Voldemort.
Okay.
And Tanya is Professor Umbridge, who is she teaches defense against the dark arts.
Okay, so you're able to help us learn how to defeat people that won't be named, that are sitting right next to you.
Yes, I will teach you how to defeat my lord.
Is it true that I could defeat him by drinking this butterbeer frappuccino from Starbucks?
No.
Tony, he thinks that he's all that tough, but you know he's really kind of wimpy, right, Tom?
You'll suffer for that one.
He couldn't even take over a glorified high school.
Oh no! I don't want to make you angry.
To be fair, it was one of the most well-protected wizarding schools in the entire world.
You couldn't kill a baby.
All right, so are there tickets still available for the
Yes.
welcoming feast?
Yes.
And how could someone get them if they're watching us right now?
The easiest way is to go to the college website.
Okay.
And there's a link there, and that's EIC.
Oh, you can buy them online?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's through an Eventbrite, eicc.edu/Spring Potterfest. Gets you to that page Ryan's showing right now. So you can buy them online. It's an Eventbrite link there, or they can go to our continuing education department and make a phone call.
That's
and
fantastic.
Save their $3 Eventbrite charge.
That is super cool. Okay, so this was part of a class project, right?
Yes.
That sort of has morphed into what hopes to be an annual event.
Yes.
So obviously, putting on an event like this that's going to go on for 2 days is a lot of work. So does everybody in the class get involved with it, or?
Oh, yes. This is actually the class.
Oh, this is the class.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, doing this is the class. It's considered an independent study.
Okay.
And we have business, literature people, and theater people all involved.
So 3 different professors have been involved with keeping this thing going.
So
The business side of it.
right. The business end of the deal is right here. Getting to portray characters that you have
I'm not
enjoyed.
so sure I like that reference.
What's
the
that?
Business
The business
end.
end. I mean, it's true though, right? It's the truth. I would take it as a compliment.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Being able to portray characters that you've enjoyed in the books and then on the screen, pretty cool, but also probably a lot of work as well, right? Because you want to do justice to these characters when people come to Spring Potter Fest this weekend. Like, you want them to have an authentic experience, right?
Yes, we do. In fact, it was very hard for me because I was originally going to be Narcissa Malfoy, and then my fellow Potterheads and friends in the class convinced me to be Umbridge.
Okay, so, but you seem like you've embraced it, obviously, so it must not have taken that much convincing.
It took until like the last 2 weeks of school.
So it took a little bit of convincing.
Tony?
Yes.
You have to come and meet some of these Potterheads.
I think they're going to be at the store today, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
they're going to
this
be here.
afternoon, some of them,
So
yes.
I'll get to meet all of them. He who shall not be named, you have a lot of responsibility in this role. And you have what appears to be a wand that's made out of bone. Is that correct?
You.
What is it?
You.
It's me?
No, it is yew tree.
Yew tree. Gotcha. Can you hold it up so people can see it? Betsy's going to zoom in over here. As long as it doesn't break the camera. Check that out. That is pretty cool. Again, you got to give me the benefit of the doubt. I don't know the source material. But yew tree. Okay. And then is that powerful enough to defeat the yew tree wand? And what is that made out of?
I do not know what it's made of. This is actually not Umbridge's wand. This is Narcissa Malfoy's wand, and we don't know what it's made out of.
Do you think it's made out of a me tree?
No.
Or do you think it was made in a petri dish?
I think it's probably hollow wood.
Okay. Do you think it's powerful enough to defeat he who shall not be named that's sitting right next to you?
No, because he has a phoenix feather in his wand, and I only have unicorn hair.
Oh, right. Right. I really need to watch these damn movies.
Why don't you know this?
I know. If you were doing like a Shawshank Redemption weekend, I would be right there with you. Or a Sopranos Fest. I promise that I will try to. But how many movies are there? There's like 17 movies. 8?
There's 8 movies, 2 more coming out, which is one that has already come out, one that's coming out in November. There's the Fantastic Beasts series.
Yeah, and then that Fantastic Beast one has Johnny Depp in it, because I saw the preview for that when I went to Avengers Infinity War, which is either good or bad, depending on how you feel about Johnny. So you're saying I should watch all 8 movies starting today and then show up this weekend and I'll be prepared?
Yes, and try to read some of the books.
It sickens
too.
me that you haven't already done this.
I was going to try and prep for it all today, but I got kids and they're monsters, you know. So how
old are they?
They're 6 and 3.
The 6-year-old might like it.
Yeah. Can you put him in one of the houses?
Yes.
Now, I kind of have some semblance of these houses. So for people that are going to show up on, a lot of people would say that they identify with the house already, right? So for people that show up on Friday, I mean, is it going to be something that you guys are doing for them? Like you're in this house, or are they going to get to choose?
Well, Friday night we are sorting them ourselves, and now when they come, if they come on Saturday, if you know the house you're in, we are encouraging you, dress up in costume, do something that represents that house.
Tony's probably Hufflepuff, don't you think?
Oh, he's definitely a puff.
Certainly one of the more useless classes.
Fantastic.
Other than Gryffindor.
I will tell you that butterbeer frappuccino is really good, and you're gonna have like butterbeer at the Potter Fest, right?
Yes.
The Spring Potter Fest, and then let's pull up the flyer again and show Saturday. Chad is laughing at my ignorance, and it's very hard to focus, especially.
How much does he know?
Oh, Chad, I don't want to call him out. He probably knows a little bit more than I do. Betsy over there, she's Team Lord of the Rings, so feel free to cast a spell on her.
Most definitely.
Yes, she's also wearing a UNI shirt. Shame, Betsy.
How's it going, Frodo?
I can't shame that because I will be going there. So.
How's it going, Frodo? That was great. Let's pull back. Let's go back to the poster for a second. I want to look at Saturday. Okay. 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Festival grounds open. There's a Quidditch tournament along with a Quidditch tournament. So tell me about Quidditch. I feel like I know what this is. I need a broom, and what else do I need?
You need 7 players to a team, which are 3 chasers, a keeper, 2 beaters, and a seeker.
What position would I play? There's some pictures, by the way. Where would I find myself?
Actually, our own team and another, I believe,
Iowa State.
That is Iowa State.
I was from last year's event.
Yes,
you can see
before
the lovely
the rain
weather.
started. Too bad.
Where would I find myself? Like, what position would I be good at?
I think for you, we would probably make you a beater.
Beater?
So a beater is sort of like the guy who flies around on his broom with a dodgeball.
Yes.
And gets to body check and knock everybody else off their broom.
Sign me up.
Yes, but you can't be too rough.
Okay.
There are limitations to how rough you can be.
Yeah, just suck the fun out of everything, Umbridge.
Well, that's what you hired me for, isn't it?
He who shall not be named, will you be participating in Quidditch, or are you better
Absolutely
than that?
not. I have better things to do with my time.
I didn't want to
kill a baby.
Whoa. No babies will be
Only
harmed.
on the weekends.
It is a weekend.
Babies are safe on Tuesdays.
It's Tuesday.
Right. It is Tuesday. Put your events this weekend, so he's going to get back to the old baby killing, which is terrifying.
Exactly.
Right.
Somebody's onto it.
How many people? I'm learning. He who shall not be named. I can do a pretty good
just call
Harry
Voldemort.
Potter. Do you like that? Harry Potter. Is that pretty good?
No.
Harold Potter. Is that better?
No.
Okay. Is it true that Harry Potter's cousin Jerry is going to be there?
He has no cousin.
Yeah, he does. Jerry Potter from Jersey. You know him.
No, his cousin is Dudley
Oh, right. Yeah.
Dursley.
Dudley Dursley. Is that really his cousin?
Yes.
Gosh, I gotta read.
Tony
Someone
kinda looks
bring
like
me
a
the
grown-up
books, or
Dudley
I'm
Jersey.
gonna cast a spell. So
That
talk
was a terrible thing to say to someone.
I think I have one of the books with me.
talk about this. What can I use this for besides tickling Ryan?
This actually is what I use in detention. It is my blood quill. If you were to write with this, it would write in your own blood and leave the inscription that you write on your hand. Like in the 5th, Harry Potter must write for me. I must not tell lies, and it's stained on his hand. It's on his hand forever. Oh my gosh! I make him do it for like 2 weeks.
Jeez Louise.
From 7 o'clock at night to midnight.
I thought I was cruel.
How many characters will be at the Spring Potter Fest? How many characters are going to be?
Well over a dozen.
Over a dozen?
We have Professor Lupin,
Okay.
Professor Dumbledore, Professor Snape, me and Voldemort.
Okay.
The Weasley twins will be causing mischief as usual. The ingrates. Who else?
Sirius
guys?
Black, Hagrid, Dobby, Trelawney.
Ron, I
And the
believe.
best of all, Harry Potter.
You
Yeah,
mean
that's
the
why I'm
worst
going.
Of all.
So someone does get to portray Harold Potter.
Yes. So,
correct.
so Harry is actually going to be
Harold.
working with teaching the kids how to play Quidditch.
Oh, that's cool.
After the Madison School Quidditch tournament, we have a section where kids can just come and fly around on their broomsticks with Harry.
And we will also have Wormtail there. And from what I hear, he's planning to do Muggle card tricks for some reason.
Oh no! I like card tricks.
It's for the little people.
See, I feel like this is ageist. I want to play kids in Quidditch and throw a dodgeball at them and do card tricks. You're saying I can't do any of that?
Maybe we'll let you if you're good.
Bring your own cards.
Okay. You ever smile?
No.
This whole time I've been trying to get you to
If
break.
he smiles, it's the end of the world.
no!
Or at least he thinks it is.
Can I try a bad joke and see if I can get you to crack?
You can try.
Okay, why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? It got stuck in the crack. Nothing?
Come on, Tom. Smile.
That's all right. That's all right. He who shall not be named or laugh at my bad dad jokes. Okay.
You'll have to keep working on those.
Wow. I almost want to hold, but I don't want to. I don't know what would happen if I held the.
I would kill you.
Okay, that would be a first for this show.
You can hold my wand.
All right. Good deal. Let me see here. Oh wow, that's cool. Nice.
Careful of the tape. A little kid sat on it.
Good job, Ronald.
That was the one thing Willow that was.
A little kid sat on it. Oh, you know what?
Believe it or not, those characters who are parents, that's how most of their wands get broken. Their little
Yeah.
kids are running around and, well,
You never took me as a parenting type.
That is
Struck
awesome.
me as one
Now,
of
have you
I was
ever
babysitting.
have you ever gone to the? That was so funny. I cried laugh for the first time on the show. I love it. Have you ever gone to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in? Do they have it in Florida and California? Betsy's nodding. So, have you ever been down there?
No, unfortunately not yet.
I feel like there should be a field trip to see Harry Potter.
Believe it or not, at the very beginning of the year in the fall, we tried to convince our teachers that if we did a good job and had enough money, that should be our reward.
Yeah.
They said no.
The humanity. I mean, it's only several $100s to get into places down there. But I do think it's cool that they built all that. And have you ever had a butterbeer frappuccino, by the way?
No, I haven't even had butterbeer yet.
What? Now, it's not real beer, right?
Actually, there's two versions. There's the alcoholic, and then there's the non-alcoholic. We will have non-alcoholic there.
I was going to say, okay. Because this event, Spring Potter Fest, is open to all ages. And I think that's what's so great about the Harry Potter. And again, I know that I haven't read the books or seen the movies, but I understand the fandom, and I love things that have huge followings like that. I mean, it really appeals to all ages. So that's the thing. If you're watching this and you're thinking like, man, I read the books a couple years ago, you should come out. Jim, I mean, this is open to everybody, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it really is one of those weekends. I think, when people say there's nothing to do in Muscatine, what a great response is this weekend that's been put on by yourself, your fellow professors, all of these students. It's pretty cool.
So one of the things that was really important from the students when we started this last fall, started planning, was the students all said, we want this to be a community festival. We want all ages, little kids all the way up to adults who are huge Potterheads to come out. But we've also done a lot of things where we know that there'll be great fun stuff to do for people like you and I, Tony, that don't really know the stories all that well. So if we go with kids who are really into it, they can do what they're doing, and then we can still get some great food and drinks and stuff like that.
And again, I just love the attention to detail. Characters, go to the flyer again. I mean, everything is on there that we need to see. Let's do a slow scroll so people can see this. And again, you're also on Facebook if they search Spring Potter Fest.
Spring Potter Fest.
Do these happen at different places across the country? I mean, is this a unique deal?
Yes, there are different Potter Fests throughout the country, throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
And we've sent some of our people to different ones, and they've come back with their research and souvenirs being part of it. And they're like, okay, this is... So, I think it was in October, they had a Potter Fest that one of our characters went to, and they said it was vendor-based. They did not like it. They were waiting in lines for everything. So we're like, okay, let's not do this. Let's see what we can learn from this and improve on, so we can make our Potter Fest as good as we can.
So that festival in October is in Wisconsin.
Okay.
They've had it 3 years. The first year they had 5,000 people show up.
Whoa.
Second year they had 40,000. The third year they had 62,000 people show up.
What?
So at this point, we're hoping we get several hundred. Last year we had about 300 come to our Rain Fest.
Holy.
Our friends downtown at Hy-Vee Main Street, Chef Donnie they're our caterer.
Cool.
And they're expecting, they're cooking for 2,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
So we hope we have that. We don't know.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can we scroll up just a little bit, Rhino? I've never called him Rhino before. I don't know what's happening. Did you cast a spell on me or something?
Maybe.
Zoom in a little bit. Don't say it like maybe you did. That's scary.
I blame Voldemort.
I didn't think we were going to say the name, but... Okay, the Owl and Snake Show. Why are you laughing?
So
he glared at me.
Oh. Hasn't broken once.
The Owl Show is our friends from the Muscatine County Environmental Learning Center.
Sure.
Dave Bakke is coming out with his owls and snakes and frogs.
That's super cool.
And that's going to be set up in the Student Center, so it will be...
I think Voldemort will be mainly talking to the snakes. How else is he going to get an interesting conversation?
Maybe Voldemort...
I'm surrounded by such low intellectuals.
Oh. Maybe Voldemort will find a love in a snake. Am I right?
I think that's Nagini for him.
Yeah. Are you on Sninder, which is Snake Tinder? Yes! I got it! That's all it took.
We got him.
That's pretty good, right? Swipe right or swipe left. Find a love in a snake. Oh, that's good. That's fabulous. It happened. But this weekend, no jokes, right?
Of
Yeah.
course there'll
It's
be
on.
jokes. The Weasley twins will be there.
Oh, those. Why is it always? Are they both redheads? That's right, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's always the gingers making trouble. Am I right?
Harry's not a ginger, and he's always causing trouble.
Oh. Touche.
And this one's bald.
You don't have to tell everyone, Dolores.
Whoa. That does explain the hood, though, right?
Exactly.
Have you ever tried Rogaine for Voldemort or no? I mean, he who shall not be named.
It doesn't work.
You tried it though, and just no good, huh?
We've tried. Severus has tried to make hair potions and everything.
Yeah. That darn Severus. Always making potions that don't work, right?
Most of them do work.
Yeah.
It's just when he makes them for him to actually take, they don't.
Go ahead and shut your mouth, Dolores.
Whoa! All right. So who's coming? Are you both coming back this afternoon to be here at Hy-Vee?
I expect to be here.
Okay. All right. So if we see like a dark shadow start to like descend,
You'll know you're about to die.
Okay, great. That's good. I'm gonna be prepared for that. Can we go to the Spring Potter Fest Facebook page? Ryan is like mesmerized. Look at him. Put a spell on Ryan, will you? What kind of spell would you put on Ryan?
Did.
You already did? Oh. All right. All right. So are we on the Facebook page? Is that where we're at? All right. Let's scroll a little bit. I do think it's obviously important to get the info out.
That's the old one,
That's
Ryan.
the old one, Rhino.
That's
Go
last
to
year's.
Ryan.
Spring Potter Fest.
Voldemort, put a spell on him. Spring Potter Fest on the old FB.
Mine are all lethal.
They're every single spell is lethal. You don't have
used-
like a friendly one.
He likes to use the forbidden ones.
Yeah.
Cruciato he's used on a few of us quite a few times.
Explain that.
So basically what it is it basically tortures us like a shock through our bodies, and it's very, very painful.
Similar to lightning.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Facebook page right there. So, Jim, I mean, you could have several thousand people, a lot of which will be coming to Muscatine, which is great.
Yes.
Right?
We have some people that have signed up on our registration page from Louisiana
Whoa.
and Missouri. Our butterbeer provider,
Yeah.
Garbled Owl Butterbeer Shop, will be coming from Omaha.
Holy
And
moly.
he's got an event coming up in Omaha in June. I noticed this week on Facebook that he's already sold out of 2,000 tickets.
Jeez Louise. So I would say that if you're going to plan on going, time would be of the essence to secure. I mean, do you have a ceiling for Friday's event, the welcoming feast? Like, do you know
The welcoming feast, yes. The most we can have is about 200 people.
Okay.
And that will be held at the Merrill Hotel. So we're
Fantastic.
transforming the grand ballroom there into the Great Hall from Hogwarts.
Excellent.
So it'll be pretty spectacular, I think.
I DJ'd a wedding last year that was Harry Potter themed, and when I introduced the wedding party, one of them, they were like, "So and so is gonna run in and yell, there's a troll in the."
Oh, Quill.
Quirrell.
Whatever.
What do they yell? There's a
troll in the dungeon.
That's what they yell.
And then he faints.
And then he faints, and that's what happened at the wedding reception. And I didn't really know what was going on, but it was pretty cool, and they had a really cool decorating scheme.
It
So
sounds like you've had a few things where you've needed to be brushed up on Harry Potter.
quite a few. But girl, let me tell you about Back to the Future Part 2. What do you need to know about it?
It's stupid.
Oh, snap.
That's just rude.
That is rude. Thank you, Voldemort. He who shall not be named. I knew you were a Back to the Future Part 2 fan. What time when do you start decorating for Friday? I mean, if it's going to be that much work, does it start Thursday or Wednesday?
We're doing
or
that Friday.
morning?
We're okay with that. You know,
How many
it's-
people are going to be helping with the setup?
Most of the class will probably be there helping with the setup, plus we have a few volunteers to help with it as well.
We have a class of about 20 students.
Okay. Do you need volunteers at this point, or
We can still use some volunteers.
Okay.
There'll be lots of things to do. Everything
Sure.
from, probably more so on Saturday, the day of the
Okay.
festival.
so would you want them to reach out? And there's Chef Donnie at our
There's Chef
sister
John-
store.
Johnny, yeah, cool.
So would you want them to reach out on Facebook if they're interested? I mean, certainly if they
Yeah.
have questions or if they want to volunteer, Facebook's a great way
Facebook's
to
a
reach
great way
out.
to do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, we're gonna say something else.
I was just agreeing with him.
Yeah.
We have people who are constantly on checking the site and that. So.
Do you think that they're ever gonna make another Harry Potter book or movie? I mean, what do you think? Because obviously the Fantastic Beasts have sort of created this whole other thing, which is very cool. I mean, the second movie that's coming out again, the preview was for on the same whatever it was before Infinity War started. They showed that preview, which is pretty cool. Or do you think that we're not going to see Harry anymore?
Right now on Broadway, actually, they have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and I'm actually kind of personally hoping that they make that into a movie. I mean, the book is very good.
Is that a new book?
It came out 2 years ago? I
Roughly.
think roughly 2 years ago.
And did J.K. write that?
She helped write it, and it's in script form. So what it is Harry when he's older and he's an adult, and it basically picks up where the last movie and books left off, where he's putting his son Albus Severus Snape onto the train to Hogwarts.
Oh wow, that's cool. Okay. See, I didn't know that. And how does fare at the end of the last movie? Did he make it?
I'm fine,
He's gone
thank
for
you.
good. He dies.
Gone for good, except for the Spring Potter Festival, making a surprise appearance.
Why do you think he's coming to the Potter Festival? He couldn't hack it there.
I feel like you're talking a lot of smack. For someone with a taped wand, it might not fare well for you. Right?
I'm getting a new one soon.
Even Tony knows what's going on here.
Very well.
You know I'm just playing with you, my lord.
Publicly.
I feel like I could pull off a good Snape. What do you think? Could I be Snape?
We already have him.
Oh, great. Well, there goes that plan.
I make a good
And he's the
Hagrid.
theater director
We already have
at
Hagrid.
We do.
the school.
Okay. So David's being Snape?
Yes, David is playing Snape.
Yes. Wait, do you know who Snape is, Betsy? Oh, she knows the characters. Okay, this morning she said she was Team Lord of the Rings, and I was like, that could get real awkward. Real awkward. So let's not have any...
You know what? At least I live with somebody who's Team Lord of the Rings, my father.
Yeah.
So we're always constantly bickering.
Yeah. I don't know which side I would be on, but since you're here, I'll say Team Potter. I'm a Potterhead.
That's very smart.
That is good. So that's what it's called. You're a Potterhead, right? Is
Yes,
that like the
that's what we-
official...
Well, at the beginning of the school year, we're like, should we call them geeks or nerds? I'm like, I was saying how I don't feel comfortable be calling either one of those.
Right.
So this wonderful man here came up with the Potterhead.
I think it's fantastic. And I don't even think that in our society there are geeks and nerds anymore, because everything nerdy or geeky is cool now, right?
Yeah, it's all mainstream.
Yeah, it's all mainstream, which is good or bad. So it's like...
Well,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
Jacob, who's coming from Omaha with the Butterbeer, he's the executive director of the Nerd Empowerment Society
That's
or something
awesome.
like that.
That is awesome. So he's bringing the Butterbeer from Omaha to Muscatine, Iowa. I think that's pretty cool. You know, we talk a lot about tourism and doing things in Muscatine that can bring people to town. This is one of those examples. So at this point, no signs of slowing down with the Spring Potter Fest. This one will end. You'll probably start planning the next one, right? It's fantastic. Maybe next year I'll have brushed up on my... I don't know if I'd be quite a Potterhead. And then you also had trivia at the Brew, right? You had Harry Potter trivia?
Yep.
Yes, I emceed the first half, and then Voldemort took over. Me and Voldemort have been involved in this quite a bit.
Cool.
We did actually 2 trivia nights. We had one at the school and then one at the Brew, and we both emceed those. It was actually quite interesting how the banter would go back and forth. In fact, there was one night where at the Brew night, he had a question and this comment back at people. It was like, I was shocked that he even responded that way.
Wow. Is it safe to say on streaming and TV later, or no?
I don't know which one she's talking about.
I like the fact that Voldemort can MC events. Like, you got no problem. You get up in front of a crowd. You didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, they're all too afraid to do anything.
I can't
I
imagine.
got up in front of the crowd and did it. So not all of us are too afraid.
Right, Voldemort.
We'll work on it.
So the school year is not over then yet, right?
Yeah, except for this class.
So everybody else is done.
Yeah.
This class.
They have an incomplete in their grade book.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So.
And I walked across the stage.
Oh my gosh. Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, she tricked him.
So the
Fantastic.
point is, so
Yeah.
Voldemort didn't graduate this year, but he has in his wand the power to keep Madame Umbridge and others from moving on.
Can you let him go after this weekend, maybe?
No.
No? Okay.
He's holding me and the Weasley twins hostage.
Jeez.
Among others.
Among others. All right.
Wormtail.
Yeah, let's keep naming them. I know them. Jeff,
Who else?
Herman,
Who's
Purple
your
Stuff, Sunny D.
Molly kills? Who's that?
Bellatrix.
Bellatrix.
Yeah, Bellatrix.
Lestrange.
I was about to say it.
There's like 5, almost 6 or like 10 of us that he's keeping
we have-
hostage.
we have some-
Jimmy Hoffa's there.
Yes.
I'm just
I got Jim with that one. Yeah, that's good. Did you get that Jimmy Hoffa reference?
No.
Okay, good. That's good. Well, don't Google it, but yeah.
I
All right.
probably will.
No, please don't. Spring Potter Fest is this weekend. I just got Voldemort. Don't laugh, man. Don't do it. Did you get the Jimmy Hoffa reference?
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
That's good. That's good. I got Voldemort to laugh. I can't wait to rewatch this. It's going to be great. I'm sorry that happened, by the way. Don't hold it against me. Can I just touch the... Can I touch your wand?
I'll just let him touch it.
Jiminy Crickets! All right. Well, I just lost my finger. So, Betsy, I don't know if you can zoom in on that. But my finger fell off after I touched his wand. Do you see that, Ryan? Don't touch Voldemort's wand. Don't do it.
Faking it.
No, I'm not, Professor Umbridge. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Umbridge with a U, right?
How else would you spell it?
I don't know, just quizzing you. All right, hit me with the flyer one more time on the way out. This has been super fun, by the way. There's the Facebook page. Ready to go this weekend. Are we nervous, excited, ready? How do you feel coming out?
A little bit of everything.
Okay. There's the schedule. You can see it right there. Ryan, zoom in a little bit on that Friday, 5:30. I want to make sure we go through this again. 5:30 to 6:30, house sorting and welcoming reception. 6:30, Dumbledore's welcome. 6:30 to 7:30 is the welcoming feast. I'm assuming that's when we're going to be eating.
Yep.
Perfect. 7:30 is the start of the festival. Headmaster's address. Who's the headmaster, by the way?
Dumbledore is the headmaster.
Duh, I
No,
knew that.
It should say headmaster / Umbridge address.
As I understand, I'm like you, Tony. I don't really know the films.
Sure.
But Dumbledore's responsible. He's the headmaster, and they elected me to do that.
Nice.
But as I understand, Professor Umbridge just kind of takes over and talks a lot. So I think we've seen that.
In the 5th book and in the 5th movie, Dumbledore is introducing the teachers, and Umbridge clears her throat, stands up, and just kind of pushes Dumbledore out of the way and starts talking.
Which is weird because she's like 5 feet tall.
And Dumbledore is a large.
Well over 6.
Yeah. So you're just gonna. All right. Well, we don't want to spoil the fun. Come back. Let's come back one more time, Chad, if we could, to the schedule of events. So here we go. 7:45 to 9:30. There's house trivia. Then we go to Saturday. Festival grounds open at 10 a.m. 11 o'clock. Madison Elementary School is the Kidditch tournament. 12 o'clock. You can see the Owls and Snakes, which is super cool. The Kids Quidditch Clinic. Say that 3 times fast. Is at 12:30, 2:30, Pearl City Quidditch Cup Tournament. 4 teams of collegiate Quidditch players. Can you believe I can read all of this? My diction is
No.
not bad. No, you can't believe I can read it?
I could barely read all of it.
And then at 5:30, the closing ceremonies. It's this Friday and this Saturday, Spring Potter Fest. Super excited. And it's all thanks to, of course, Muscatine Community College. And, yeah, Jim, again, you have great support from the community as well. Obviously, being able to go out to places like the Merrill, and then, I don't know, it's got to make you feel pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
expecting